Hey there, welcome back to module number 3. In this module, we're going to be discussing race and physical education. Now, when I suggest that we're going to talk about race, I know that this typically is pretty high on many of your itchy armpits topics, right? But many of my students in past semesters have also said this, and they've really shied away from open discussions about talking about race because they're afraid of offending someone, even unintentionally, by using language that they think is wrong or that accidentally is offensive to others. However, in doing this, we are going to talk about some strategies to discuss what race in your classrooms, and there's some really good reading materials posted to this module that will really help you address these kind of things without creating an environment that makes people feel uncomfortable. In this module, we're also going to talk about race and current events, and specifically how the issue of taking a knee during the anthem has impacted people's perception of not only patriotism, but also of race in this country. We're also going to consider how the different messengers or the different mechanisms by which people get their information impacts the way that they think about certain issues. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the notion of being colorblind when people say that they don't see color as a way to suggest their good intention. But it's typically based on the idea that ignoring or overlooking racial and ethnic differences promotes racial harmony, when in fact it tends to do just the opposite. So there's two readings in the module related to this topic. One from a publication called Teaching Tolerance, which is a really useful tool for educators to talk about issues of race and ethnicity and social economics and gender in their classrooms. We're also going to read one research article called No Race in the Schoolyard, in which the author examines the racial messages that students receive from adults in a predominantly white suburban school. The assessment for this module is the development of a lesson plan, an activity or a lesson to be used in the classroom that addresses the issue of race. And you have lots of latitude for this assignment. You can kind of go in lots of different directions in terms of what your lesson plan entails, but I have included the standard lesson plan template for PE that I would like you to use to complete that assignment. And then lastly, as I've mentioned previously, since this is the course that's designated as writing intensive for the major, we do need to do a rather lengthy writing assessment in this class. But I've broken it up into 3 parts. So the first part of that final paper will be written in this module, module number 3, but I've included lots of instructions and things for you to consider as you're writing it. That too will be due at the end of module number 3. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to post them to the Q&A blog or send me an email. Thanks, and I look forward to seeing your work in 2 weeks.